Have you ever wondered what happens when the lights go out in an old, abandoned asylum? Picture this: a derelict structure, where time has left its marks on the peeling paint and crumbling walls. The silence here is deafening, only broken by the occasional hoot of an owl or the rustle of the wind. This is no ordinary building, this is a place of forgotten tales, where the echoes of the past still linger. Once a haven for the mentally ill, it now stands as a chilling monument to human suffering. Its reputation is as eerie as its appearance. Whispers of restless spirits and unexplained phenomena have earned it a place in local folklore. Our narrator, a futuristic robot, knows these stories well. With an analytical mind free from the fear that clouds human judgment, it will guide us through the dark corridors of this haunted asylum. One brave soul decided to spend a night in this forsaken place. Little did he know, it was a night he would never forget. As the man stepped foot into the asylum, he could feel the chill of forgotten souls. The asylum, once a bustling hub of medical personnel and their patients, now lay silent, a ghost of its former self. As he ventured further, the eerie silence was punctuated by the occasional creak of the dilapidated building. The air was heavy, thick with the residue of despair and madness that once pervaded these halls. He felt a shiver run down his spine, a primal response to the foreboding atmosphere. The wallpaper, once vibrant, was now faded and peeling, a stark reminder of the passage of time. As he delved deeper, he could almost hear the distant echoes of cries for help, the remnants of terror etched into the very walls. Every step he took was a step into the unknown, a journey into the recesses of the forgotten past. As the darkness grew thicker, so did his sense of dread, but nothing could prepare him for what was to come. Just as midnight approached, a sound echoed through the silent halls, a sound that was not of this world. The man, alone in the chilling asylum, felt his heart pound in his chest like a drum. His breath hitched in his throat as icy tendrils of fear wrapped around him. The sound was a low hum, a vibration that seemed to seep into the very marrow of his bones. It wasn't a sound one hears with the ears. No, it was something deeper, something that resonated in the pit of his stomach and made his hair stand on end. It was a sound of dread, of something lurking just out of sight, waiting in the darkness. The man's mind raced, his thoughts a whirlwind of fear and confusion. He tried to convince himself it was just his imagination, a trick of the mind fueled by the eerie surroundings. But the sound persisted, growing louder, closer. His eyes darted around the room, searching for the source of the noise. But the asylum was shrouded in darkness, its secrets hidden in the shadows. The air grew colder, heavier, as though the very atmosphere was pressing down on him. His heart pounding like a wild animal in his chest, he felt the adrenaline surge through his veins. But fear rooted him to the spot, the chilling sound wrapping around him like a spectral shroud. Frozen in fear, he could only watch as a shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. With every ounce of courage he had left, the man turned and ran. Heart pounding like a wild drum, he hurled himself down the long, eerie corridors of the asylum. Each echo of his footsteps seemed to bounce off the cold stone walls, amplifying the dread that gripped him. He could feel the icy tendrils of terror creeping up his spine as he envisioned the shadowy figure in pursuit. His mind painted terrifying images of the figure, its face hidden in the shadows, its intentions shrouded in mystery. Yet he knew one thing for certain: he had to escape. The man ran, his breath ragged and uneven, his legs threatening to give way beneath him. The asylum seemed to stretch on endlessly, a labyrinth of fear and despair. Yet, he pressed on, driven by the instinct to survive, to escape the nightmare that had ensnared him. His heart leapt as the entrance of the asylum loomed ahead, a beacon of hope in the darkness. With a final surge of adrenaline, he burst through the doors, the chilling night air stinging his face. As he left the asylum behind, he knew he had escaped with his life. But what about his sanity? The experience had left an indelible mark, a dark shadow that would forever lurk in the corners of his mind. For while he had escaped the asylum, could he ever truly escape the terror he had experienced within its walls? To this day, the man cannot explain what he saw that night. The chill of the asylum, the haunting echo of his footsteps, the shadowy figure that lingered just out of sight, all remain etched in his memory. But what was it that truly occurred in that forsaken place? Was it a spectral visitation or merely the product of a fearful mind? Was it a ghost, a figment of his imagination, or something else entirely? The mystery remains. Would you dare to uncover the truth?